This sounds crazy, but what if every human vanished right now? No warning, no sound, just 8 billion people gone. What would happen in the hours, weeks, months, and years after we disappear? And stay with me, because one thing we made will still be here thousands of years after we are gone. Let's walk through it. Starting at 35,000 feet, hundreds of planes continue their routes pilotless. There are on average 9,728 commercial flights in the air at any given time. Autopilot holds them steady, but without pilots and air traffic control, they have maybe 4 to 6 hours before fuel runs out or systems fail. Then they drop, wreckage scattering across continents. Back on the ground, cities stay weirdly normal. Stoplights still working, fridges humming, but under the surface, things are already unraveling. By the end of the first 24 hours, power starts to fail. Over 60% of the world's electricity comes from fossil fuel plants, and these plants can't run unattended. They require constant human oversight and a steady flow of fuel. Coal and gas plants shut down within 6 to 12 hours. As one plant fails, the strain cascades to others. Within a day, most of the world goes dark. But not everything dies. 440 nuclear reactors worldwide keep humming. Nuclear reactors hold enough fuel to run for years, but they're designed to shut down automatically at the first sign of trouble. Without people monitoring systems, most trigger emergency shutdown within hours as the grid fails. The shutdown stops the chain reaction, but the fuel rods keep heating up. Backup diesel generators kick in, but their fuel lasts maybe a day or so. Newer reactors have passive cooling systems that might stay safe for a few days. The older, aging ones, they're not nearly as forgiving. Within a week, cooling systems fail, reactor cores overheat, fuel pools holding even more radioactive material boil dry. Radiation leaks into the air, into the water. By the end of the first week, collapse sets in everywhere. Without electricity, water purification fails. Cities start to stink. Sewage, rot. In Dubai or Las Vegas, air conditioning stops. Indoor temperatures hit 45 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, 70 billion animals trapped in factory farms perish within days from dehydration, starvation, and heat. Over 600 million dogs and cats are left behind. Pets survive a bit longer, tearing into trash bags and cupboards, but by day 10, the strongest escape through broken windows. With no lawnmowers or herbicides, weeds crack through driveways, birds nest in open windows, rats thrive in warm cities, freeze in cold ones. By week 3, neighborhoods look like overgrown ruins. Then, the floods come. Subway systems in New York, London, and Seoul rely on pumps to keep groundwater out. New York alone pumps 13 million gallons daily. Without power, the tunnels flood, station by station. Billions in infrastructure lost beneath rising water. By the end of month 1, some machines are still running. Wind turbines, designed to operate with minimal supervision, keep spinning. The Genser wind turbine in Denmark, for example, once ran for 11 years without maintenance. In isolated regions, solar-powered systems still flicker on at sunrise, but even those begin to fail as dust accumulates and batteries degrade. One by one, the last lights blink out, like stars fading from a man-made sky. By year 1, the silence deepens. Roads crack, skies clear. Carbon dioxide levels, once above 420 parts per million, begin to fall. The atmosphere begins to heal. Wild animals roam streets freely, without fear. We've seen this before. In Chernobyl, nature reclaimed the land in decades. Today, wolves, lynx, and boars outnumber people 10 to 1. Earth doesn't wait for permission. It just needs us to get out of the way. Between years 10 and 50, the decay speeds up. Without repairs, rainwater seeps in. Steel rusts, wood rots, termites consume what's left. Skyscrapers, especially glass-wrapped ones, begin to fall, not with explosions, but with groans and sighs. Bridges collapse, roads crumble, satellites drift off course. Earth begins to look less like a civilization and more like a museum of abandoned ambition. And yet, a few lights remain, but not the ones you'd expect. Not street lamps, not laptops, not even solar panels. The last light comes from something far stranger: nuclear waste. Cesium-137, sealed in glass and buried in concrete vaults, continues to glow with a faint blue shimmer. Cherenkov radiation. It's real, it's not science fiction, and it's haunting. With a 30-year half-life, that glow will linger for centuries. Dimmer, yes, but unmistakably blue. Between 500 and 10,000 years, the Earth resets. Human structures vanish. Maybe the pyramids or Mount Rushmore survive, barely, but the rest fades. Plastic particles still churn in the ocean, 170 trillion of them. Some will outlast everything we ever built. Carbon dioxide drops significantly. Ice caps stabilize, coral reefs return, forests grow back. New ecosystems form, and not one remembers us. And far beyond Earth, Voyager 1 drifts through deep space. On board is a golden record, greetings in 55 languages, music, images, and the sound of a human heartbeat. It will travel for 1 billion years. If someone finds it, that might be all they know of us. Not our monuments, not our machines, just a whisper and a glow. If humanity vanished, not with a bang, but with a blink, Earth wouldn't end. It would exhale. Systems would break. Pets would adapt. Monuments would fall. And in a silent vault, deep underground, a cold blue light would keep shining. Not in remembrance, not in honor, just a quiet reminder that even in absence, we were never truly silent.